What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub again, and now we're on to part 2 for Schmoedown Spectacular 3. The first video was awesome. The Shire Wolves defended the belts. Christian is now the chairman. Emma is going to be a commissioner of some sort. But now we move on to part 2. We got Clark Wolf taking on Dan Murrell in the #1 contender match. Dan is an awesome competitor, but I gotta ride with the Fife Club like always with Clark. And then the Star Wars Championship. The champion Alex Damon will be defending the belt against Ken Knapsack. They are both phenomenal players, but Damon has been just a monster. So I gotta go with him to retain his belt. But let's get this thing started.
Well, hello there, Star Wars Explained. How are you?
I'm good, Ken.
Yes.
The hate in you is strong.
Hate?
Let it go. The anger.
No.
Just let it go.
No. Star Wars isn't real, Alex. It's just something both of us know really well. I have no anger and hate in me. I have truth, destiny. That's what I have inside of me. I have ability to take away that title from you. That's what's going to happen here today, all right? You okay with that?
You want this, don't you?
Okay. He's doing close. He's doing a little movie. Doing a little skit.
We get it. We don't need to explain to us. We don't need that explained to us.
That belt is mine. I'm going to go win it in there. All right? So quit holding it in front of me, right in my eyes, making me covet that belt, okay?
Sorry, Chris. You got it. Don't worry. If you want it, just come take it.
Okay. That's a little something I learned back in the day.
Thanks for teaching me that.
You definitely fared better than the last guy I turned up.
Who's this guy?
Star Wars Celebration 2017. Are you guys ready for the Star Wars movie trivia Schmoedown? The legendary Hit Boss Ken Knapsack. You might know him as Star Killer Sam Witwer. We're getting a big ovation here. Who marked the order? Shields up. Just before the Falcon buzzed the Star Destroyer's bridge. What did Captain Niet? Sam Witwer has been eliminated! 2, 1, and Junkin. Stevenson. And Ken. James Arnold 10. And your winner! And new Star Wars movie trivia champion, the Big Boss Ken Knapsack! the Star Wars Spectacular, Schmoedown Spectacular.
Obviously, good luck.
Who's the loser who won? Everybody here was a good Star Wars competitor, but I have the best. So with further ado, here's my guy.
What's this?
This is my time. I have new friends now. I have new power. And this, for once in my life, is about me.
How many times his normal rated Han offered to pay Jabba if he would spare his life? Sam, picture.
We saw a faulty system. I saw time running down. This was unclear. This was a faulty format. The system is trying to hold us down.
Would you guys come back? Throw your hat in the contender ring?
Yeah, this isn't over. I'm coming back. I still want that belt.
You've got, from Star Wars Explained, Alex Damon is here.
I'm here for redemption. I want to try again.
You picked a good night to witness destiny.
What is the first line Luke says to Leia in A New Hope?
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
Ken Napzok has been eliminated! In the Battle of Hoth, the snow speeders fly. In what attack pattern?
Delta.
And your winner, Alex the Demon! Damon! He's done it! The kid's done it! He's playing Sam Witwer for the belt!
Listen, I just spoke with Sam Witwer, and, fortunately, he just booked a really, really great job.
That's awesome.
Unfortunately, that means he's gonna be out of the Schmoedown for about 3 to 4 months.
Tell Sam congrats on the gig,
Okay.
and we will see him as soon as we can. That's not gonna happen. He either shows up or he's stripped of the belt. It's as simple as that. I was having a conversation with myself, and I decided that I think it's in the best interest of the league to give Alex the belt, and then Sam can try to get it back from him later in the year. It's
Split personality or something? You're having a conversation with yourself?
And if he's not going to be there, then Alex is getting the belt, and that's it. Unfortunately, Sam Witwer is not able to compete for the next couple of months because he's unable to fulfill his duties, and so it's all yours. Congrats! No, I think I need to earn it. I can't just take it. That's not fair. I'll try to find somebody. If you can make it back for the collision, I'll get you a competitor.
He put an open challenge to whoever could take him on in Star Wars trivia, and wouldn't you know it, Mr. Rooster Teeth himself, Bruce Green, stepped up to the plate.
Bail Organa.
That is Chewbacca. It is not Chewbacca.
That's classified. Ronto, Han, Jerjerrod, Chewbacca, Blue.
22-6. Alex Damon, what was your answer?
Lor Santeca.
All right, and Bruce, Old Man Jedi. And your winner!
I mean, I've wanted this belt for a long time, but I'm not going to feel like it's really mine until I face Sam.
Hello, sheep. Y'all having a good time? Good, because you have only one man to thank for this anarchy. Mike Kalanovsky!
Star Wars. I hope it's fun, right? I got someone for you. You got it all. Who? No, Hank Filoni? No. Favreau? No. Who? Napzok. What? No. What are you saying? It's gonna be great. Fans gonna love it. They're gonna eat this stuff up. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. Does it sound good? You gotta go work it down? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. Great to see you again, pal. I don't care how Ken gets a shot at the title. I just want to play. This belt does not leave my hands.
Alex, you, sir, are like this toy. A fun little reminder of what we're here for, but not the real thing.
The harder you make it, the stronger you make me, Ken.
Tonight, I am death. involved, and she is the new commissioner. I'll explain how that's going to work.
Video one, she crushed it.
She did, and she defeated myself, Thad Williams, and Finstock. But then the talk of the match of the video is obviously the Shire Wolves who defended their title in a battle, a war against who's the boss.
Angelo, we lost
5 rounds. But the thing that was the most shocking was, once again, it happened last year. Andrew Guy, this time, did probably the most despicable thing that we will and have ever seen.
Breaks furniture.
Well, but he did it by turning on his friend, by someone who has been a brother to him. Someone he clearly he didn't like the idea that Ben Bateman wanted to stick with Mark Riley. So he again committed an act of violence. Something that I'm going to have to deal with after this season is over, something that will be dealt with, and Ben Bateman is okay. We have checked on him and Mark Riley and Finstock are fine. They are okay, but Andrew Guy has left the premises, and we will be dealing with him in next season.
Yes, we will, and I want to give a shout out to Alex Marzone, our PA, who is currently at IKEA getting us a new table. Thank you, Alex.
Well, thank you to Alex for that, and thank you guys. Now listen, we're not over. This is our third match. Our third match, and what a match it is. It's the Star Wars Championship, and last year's Star Wars match was easily, not even match of last year's Spectacular, maybe one of the best matches we've ever seen, and it had the then champion Ken Knapsack against Sam Whitwer in an Iron Man match. Fast forward a year later, Ken is not the champion. Alex Damon is, but Ken, because of who he was friends with before this event,
he knows people,
got himself into this title match. Alex Damon, Ken Knapsack, the last work of Mike Kalinowski, and we have ourselves a Star Wars title match.
Yeah, and look, I gotta tell you, all props to Ken.
Alright, well, I gotta run and use it. I'll be right back. My apologies. Should have done that before I started this video, but let's get back to our regular scheduled programming.
Outside of this competition in this league, I am dear friends with the Afternoon Podcaster, but I got to tell you, Christian, I think that I should be more nervous as to whether this match can live up to last year's Spectacular, more so than Alex Damon should be for Ken Knapsack. I find Ken to be a great performer. I smell rustiness on him, and I don't think Alex Damon can ever be accused of being rusty when it comes to Star Wars knowledge. The guy knows stuff through and through, but I do wonder how The Last Jedi or possibly Solo might factor in to this particular match.
Well, already factored in because we saw Alex Damon, who projected himself from one room into the next, and he was able to do it right before this match. It was a very impressive feat. But now we are going to get into the interviews. They had a lot to say. Here we go.
Here we are, the Schmoedown Spectacular, the big end of the season that you all love. What do I got in my hand? I got a Star Wars toy because I'm a Star Wars fan, here to compete for Star Wars trivia.
I don't care about this whole political behind-the-scenes corruption. I don't care how Ken gets a shot at the title. I just want to play. That's all I've ever wanted to do, is talk about Star Wars and answer Star Wars questions, because that's, all I know how to do.
Well, Alex, here's the thing about you. You, sir, are like this toy. A fun little reminder of what we're here for, but not the real thing.
Ken obviously knows his stuff. I won't lie and pretend that I think I have this in the bag. I think that it's very possible he could beat me. I'm worried about the speed round in particular because I've seen him perform at the Ironman, and he was very fast. He closed that gap between him and Sam, and I feel like speed is a weakness on my part.
When it comes to being a champion, we all know that you've been running. We all know that you've been choosing the alternate path, taking you away from real contenders. Myself, even my good buddy and former foe, Joseph Scripshaw, he deserves the title more than the people you defeated to get here.
You know, I heard that Ken was saying I'm a fake champ, but I just want to ask him, was it fake when I beat him at the live event? It's not going to be fake when I beat him today.
Everywhere I go, whether it's beautiful downtown Burbank, wonderful Orlando, Florida, or even other cities like Chicago, New York, it doesn't matter. When people see me, they call me champ. They want me to have the Star Wars belt.
Ken, this belt does not leave my hands. I'm going to hold on to it as long as I can, and I'm going to hold on to it so I can face Sam Whitwer someday in the future. You're not taking it from me.
Alex, I lost to you at the Triple Threat live event on a question that, quite frankly, I blanked on. And that happens. Whitwer's done that. I did that. But you know what? It doesn't erase what I know inside. And what I know inside is that you can't run anymore. I'm here, and that title belongs to me.
Obviously, Ken is talking about wanting that belt back. Doesn't think he lost it in the first place. Respects Alex Damon, but wants to prove that he is better and that he should be the champion. And Alex Damon, he just wants to play, Mark. He just wants to show his knowledge. That's why he's here. Flew in from Atlanta just for this match, just to make sure that he could play. And he also has said it many times. The match he wants is Sam Whitwer. But if Ken Knapsack wants to get in his way on the path to find Sam Whitwer to get that ultimate challenge, he's ready for it.
Yeah, Alex Damon, he enjoys a few different things. He enjoys flying to LA, getting belts, and then flying back to Atlanta. Will he do that again today? Will he retain the belt, or will Ken Knapsack steal it and bring it back to the dark side? Christian, I feel pretty good about today.
Yeah, here are some memorable moments. Alex Damon, who lasted to the very last question against Sam Whitwer in the Triple Threat. He won the other Triple Threat, and he won by a knockout, winning the championship at the Collider Collision. Ken Knapsack has won the championship before, also defeated Sam Whitwer in the big match at Celebration last year, was part of the big Iron Man match, and is the manager of Corruption. So those are things to know about these competitors as we get into it. Mark?
Yeah, I was ready before. I needed to take a breath. Thanks for spotting me. Good to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown!
Bring it, don't get cocky.
5 rounds for the Star Wars Championship of the World. Introducing first, the challenger, representing Corruption, led to the ring by the Cobra Chance Ellison and Mike the Killer Kalinowski. With a record of 1 win, 2 defeats, he is the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown Star Wars Champion of the World, the Big Boss, Ken
Sunglasses off at you. A sign of aggression.
The challenger coming out here too. I just have fun.
Bullseye now, Ken. I like it. Yeah, look at you.
Is Ken wearing the mask from the bad guy of Willow?
That's what he was. That's what he wore at the live event. He's worn those at 2 live events.
Is that Bane from Batman?
I don't think so.
This is a Star Wars match, is it not?
It is. And his opponent, representing Star Wars Explained, with a record of 2 wins, 1 defeat, with 2 knockouts. He is the reigning, defending Star Wars Champion of the World, Alex the Demon Damon!
to his favorite sitcom, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
All right, so Mark, our competitors have sat down, the challenger has sat down, the champion has sat down, and we are ready to go here. 5 rounds for the Star Wars Championship of the World. How does round number 1 work?
We're seated as well. Round number 1 is going to be 10 questions from 10 different corners of the Star Wars movie trivia Schmoedown galaxy. As soon as you hear the question, which is asked to the field, please write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. You got 15 seconds to do so. Once we address you by name, please show what you wrote to the camera on your whiteboard, and then also please verbalize your answer into the microphone. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question in round number 1, and there is no stealing in round number 1. Please write your answers as legibly as possible. You each have 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the 5 rounds of the championship match. You need a question repeated, you didn't hear it right, or you just want to buy yourself some time, use the JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to use at any point during the 5 rounds.
All right, with that, the challenger, are you ready?
Yes.
Champion, are you ready?
I've got a really good feeling about this.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! All right, here we go, gentlemen. Question 1 is in the category of Revenge of the Sith. What Jedi Master does Chancellor Palpatine accuse of treason?
Gotta be back at the desk. Yeah, no, this is took a water break. 5, heard about some things.
Mace
4, yes.
Windu.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Alex.
Mace Windu.
Yes, Ken.
Mace Windu.
Tied up.
All right, they see in the film. Your next question comes from Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. And your question is, who abducted Shmi Skywalker in Attack of the Clones?
It's probably Andrew Guy.
Knowing him,
Yeah.
I would put money on that fact.
5.
Does look good in a jacket.
Four,
I gotta
yes.
It's the Tusken Raiders. The Tusken Raiders.
3, 2, 1. Ken Knapsack.
Tusken Raiders.
Yes, sir. Alex.
Tusken Raiders.
2-2.
is in fact Tusken Raiders. Fun fact, they ride Banthas to work.
Return of the Jedi is the next category. What article of clothing does Luke begin wearing before he gets to Dagobah and wears for the remainder of the film?
You know, Return of the Jedi, I've thought about it, I've sat down, taken many visits to the toilet.
Inferior
My
to Empire.
favorite movie,
5.
better than Empire.
4, you're crazy.
Hold up. Jedi rope? A Jedi robe?
3,
It's better.
2, 1. Alex Damon.
A glove.
Yep. 10. A black glove. That's correct.
Oh!
That's correct.
Ken!
That's
Out
correct.
adjectiving Alex Damon.
That's right. 3-3. 3-3. Next question. That's you.
This is from the Phantom Menace, which I camped out for 3 days.
Is that true?
It changes. Fine. What is the name of the spaceport settlement that's the home of Watto and Anakin Skywalker? Yeah, I think I camped out for like 8 hours, but then as
Only 3 days.
as you matriculate away from
I
high
get
school,
it. That makes sense. 5.
Spaceports. I'm just gonna say Tatooine. I'm just guessing Tatooine.
4, 3, 2, 1. Ken Knapsack.
Mos Espa.
Yep. Alex.
Mos Espa.
4-4. All right. All right. The Force Awakens is the next category. How long has Maz Kanata run her watering hole on the planet Takodana?
we'll give or take a day.
Yeah.
I always liked that character.
5.
Let me see more.
4, 3, 2, 1.
100
Alex.
years?
1,000 years.
Yes, Ken.
1,000
Tie game.
Wow. All right, 5. Halfway through round number 1, they're throwing perfect games. Nerd alert, am I right? Your next question comes from Star Wars Episode 4, that is A New Hope, if you're keeping score at home. How many banthas did Luke see through his binoculars in Episode 4, A New Hope?
Yeah, it's going to come down to who misses first.
Yeah, as Joseph Scrimshaw once
5.
said.
3.
Who farts
4.
first?
3. 2.
Paraphrasing, Joe.
Fine. 1. Pens down. Ken.
2.
Yes. Alex.
2.
Tie game.
Ken making a face as though he smelled a fart as he answered that.
You know how hard it was for 3.
Next question. Empire Strikes Back, the best movie in the franchise.
Inferior to Jedi!
What character has the first line of dialogue in The Empire Strikes Back? Give you 20 seconds for this one.
Because you like the movie more?
Yeah.
Fine. You share people.
Everyone should replay it in their heads. 5, 4.
So good you'd know it quick.
3, 2,
Han Solo.
1. Alex.
Luke Skywalker.
Yes. Ken.
Echo 3 to Echo 7. Luke Skywalker.
7 we are. Okay.
Right. Your next question comes from Rogue One, which is a Star Wars story.
Oh,
And your question is, when Krennic approached Galen at the beginning of Rogue One, Galen said that Krennic was confusing peace with what? Remember went to the premiere of that movie, you and me?
Yeah.
And then afterwards, they played Van Halen's Jump
5, 4.
post-premiere
Quiet.
of a Star Wars
2, 1. And Alex.
You have to start somewhere. Terror.
Yes. Ken.
Tyranny.
Oh! And that's the match! That's the match!
It might be.
Goodbye, everyone!
First point that Ken misses, but Alex has not missed. And here's the next question. There's 10 questions in this round.
So Alex could still be seeing
Yes.
a bonus question by himself.
Yes. 10 questions here. The Last Jedi. When Luke asked Rey what she knew about the Force, she replied, "It's a power that Jedi have that let them control people and blank." It's a power the Jedi have that lets them control people and blank.
It's tough. You just gotta keep pace here. You don't have to be tied with Alex, but you gotta keep pace.
5, 4.
Mines.
3, 2, 1. Alex Damon.
Make rocks float.
That's incorrect. Ken.
I told Skalisku no quotes. Move rocks.
Is make things float. Make things
Makes
float.
things float.
Make things float. So Alex is not over here.
Things.
8-7. Make things
Look,
float.
rocks can be things, but other things can also be things that are not rocks.
Next question here. Next question.
This is a Patreon question. The following question comes from Jonathan Peck. Jonathan Peck, thank you so much. You all can feel free to applaud for Jonathan Peck. He's a Schmoedown patron. Thanks for supporting the Movie Trivia Schmoedown patron. Now, Jonathan Peck, he supports the show a fair amount. He's a good fella. He wanted this question in the category of Solo, a Star Wars story. Came out earlier if you missed it. In Solo, a Star Wars story, Han grew up as an orphan on what planet? Oh, we went to the premiere of that too, if anybody's keeping score.
There's only 1 point here. Difference. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ken.
Corellia.
Yes.
Corellia.
There you go. So Damon keeps his lead 9-8. 9-8 as we get into round number 2. Damon misses once, Knapsack misses twice, and we have a 9-8 game as we get into the second round. Mark, how's that go?
It is the wheel round, the wheel of fate, justice, and for a Star Wars match, destiny for both of the competitors. Each one gets a spin at that dart wheel, and because this is a Star Wars match, you're going to be facing 5 questions from the category that you spin. If you don't like the movie that you spun, I'd call you a liar because it's all Star Wars movies, but if you want a different category, you are allowed 1 mulligan, and you can spin again. Once you settle on your movie, the 5 questions are each worth 2 points. Unless you ask us for multiple choice, then the value of the question is 1 point. In round number 2, there is stealing available. If you miss a question, you can steal it. You miss a question, he can steal it. And we're off and running, Christian. The person in the lead is going to get the first crack at it. If they want it, that's Alex Damon. Would you like to spin first or defer to Ken Knapsack?
I'll let Ken go first.
All right, Ken's going to go first. Ken, wheel not the pegs, please.
Ken is going to head up there. Ken looks focused. I haven't seen this amount of focus on Knapsack in a long time.
Well, I think he just wants, I think it's like Rocky. He's looking to go the distance.
Do you think he watched one of the Rocky movies recently in between Star Wars viewings?
He's just hoping that Damon slips up. That's all. He's got to hope that Damon slips up.
I mean, they're mostly Star Wars film categories, but then you also have like a heroes and villains that could throw a movie quotes that could throw Ken Knapsack off. So
it's coming around.
This is looking like a Star Wars Phantom Menace.
He knows episode one pretty well.
Phantom Menace.
What's he gonna do?
He's gonna keep it.
I got it. All right. Ken, you're gonna get. Ken, you get five. You'll get 5 questions. 5 questions for the Phantom Menace here. Alex has a chance to steal if Ken misses it. Remember, you have multiple choice, and you have all 3 JT rules. Both guys do. Okay, here we go. Phantom Menace. 5 questions. Ken, how many Republic dignitaries did Qui-Gon tell Watto he had for the Nubian hyperdrive?
Multiple choice.
A, 20,000. B, 10,000. C, 40,000.
20,000.
D, 50,000.
20,000?
Correct. Tie game there from Ken.
Right? Just one. Just one. Yes, multiple choice. Just one, fellas. 9 to 9.
Question 2. Who greeted Jar Jar, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan when they arrived at Gungan City?
Captain Tarples.
Final answer?
Yes.
Captain Tarples is correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who the hell knows Captain Tarples?
All right, number 3. What is the name of the track on the Phantom Menace soundtrack that spoiled Qui-Gon's death?
As it did for me. Qui-Gon's funeral?
It's incorrect.
Oh. Qui-Gon's noble end?
That's correct. 2-point steal. 2-point steal. Big miss there.
Yeah.
All right, 2 more questions here. Ken, whose pod racer blows up on the starting line during the big race?
Ben Quadraneros.
That's correct.
Back in the lead, Knapsack. He's got 1 question remaining.
Final question, Ken, here. Where does Qui-Gon try to use the Jedi mind trick on Watto?
At his shop.
I don't know how to answer specifically. I'm gonna say Watto's junkyard.
That's correct. 2 points.
He got it. 2 points. So now Ken Knapsack, a 4-point advantage over Alex Damon. Look, Christian, sometimes if you're the underdog, it's nice to just see that you have a lead on the scoreboard. But now Alex Damon does have a spin at the wheel whenever you are ready, sir.
Well, that's the problem, though, is because that miss by Ken there.
And the steal by Alex.
Yeah, could hurt tremendously here, because we haven't seen a flaw in Alex Damon.
No.
So what doesn't he know?
I mean, he thought rocks were things, rocks aren't things, just not the completion of the quote. But if he gets a category he likes here, look out Ken Knapsack. But the betting round, maybe it catches him up.
We're going to see as it turns back around here.
Coming around, could be careening towards movie quotes if it gets that far.
The Jedi. No, it's Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
Sure.
He's going to go for it.
Okay. The Force Awakens.
5 questions.
The first of 5, Alex, for 2 points. What creature does Finn share a drink with on Jakku?
Happabore.
It is a Happabore.
Yeah, it's true.
Anybody knows that. All right, you're within 2 of Ken. You have 4 questions remaining. Your next one. In The Force Awakens, what planet is the Resistance base located on?
Dakar.
It is Dakar. Wow. We will not ask you for spelling.
D''QA.
They don't care about yous in outer space.
Not D dot. No. Inside joke.
Your next question. In The Force Awakens, how does Maz Kanata refer to Chewbacca?
Her boyfriend.
And I want to see that. 2 points for Alex Damon, and he finds himself back in his usual chair. That would be the lead. Your penultimate question in round number 2. Who was Han and Chewie delivering the 3 Rathars to?
King Prana.
It was King Prana.
Last one.
That's right.
Last one.
All right, Alex, your last question. Not counting young Rey's screams, who's the voice first heard in Rey's Force vision after she touches Luke Skywalker's lightsaber?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Luke Skywalker.
That is incorrect for the steal, Ken. 2 points.
Alec Guinness was Obi-Wan.
Yoda.
What a steal
Big
that
steal.
was.
1917.
Scream
Huge.
You got to really slow that track down.
I can't tell you how crucial that steal was because now it's only 2 points going into the betting round here, Mark.
I think you just did tell us how crucial that steal
It's
was.
really crucial because 1917, instead of being down by a lot more, he is now only down by 2 as we get into the third round, the betting round. How's that go?
In the betting round, Alex Damon, because he's in the lead, is going to get back up on the wheel and spin it yet again. Now, whatever category this lands on, it is going to be the betting round, and the betting round works as thus. Once you settle on a category, you're going to write down how confident you are by a show of your points. You can wager 0 points, you can wager 3 points, 2 or 1. If you get the question that we then ask correct, you gain that many points. If you get it wrong, you do lose that many points, so you are actually betting real points. Alex, at your leisure, sir.
There's the spin on the wheel. Alex Damon
goes.
Alex Damon. Yeah, look, that was the first time that Alex Damon actually looked human when he missed a question.
That's right. You wonder if that miss affects Alex more or affects Ken more in terms of the confidence boost.
Yeah, maybe.
And it looks like it's going to be Rogue One.
All right, guys, it's Rogue One, so
please write down the amount of points you want to wager, and then please show them to the incredible assistant RB3, who has a new movie, Flick Ticks, starring Ken Napzok.
Thank you.
all right. Rogue One. What was the name of the rebel that Cassian killed so that he could escape from the stormtroopers at the beginning of Rogue One? Five.
Hey, toughie.
It is 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Ken, pens down. And we have Alex Damon. How many points? 3. And your name was?
Tivik?
And Ken, how many points?
It's not Pablo Hidalgo.
How many points? 3.
3.
Damon got it correct. Napzok missed it. So
I mean, it was not Pablo Hidalgo.
22-14. It was a 2 point. Now it is 8 points. And Napzok has to do well in this speed round, or Damon is going to be looking pretty going into the 5th round.
I mean, he already looks pretty. The kid looks like a junior in high school, but he is a stone-cold assassin when it comes to Star Wars, Christian. In the lightning/speed round, it's also known as the buzzer round. We're going to get the buzzer set. We'll be right back. It's the buzzer round, and Christian Harloff is going to be reading all 5 speed round questions. I got my carrot-fueled eyes trained on the buzzers. As soon as the question's asked, you may hit the buzzer at any point if you think you know the right answer, but keep in mind, if you get the question right, you get a point. If you miss it, you lose a point, and you must answer it within 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. That's why we call it the speed round. Alex, you good?
Good.
Ken Napzok, you decent?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here we go.
All right, guys. Question 1. Who raises their blaster rifle at Bausch for threatening jump?
Alex, Boba Fett.
Correct. What vehicle does Rey hope to use to escape the First Order on Jakku?
Ken.
Quad jumper.
Yep. Who said somebody has to save our skins?
Alex,
Princess
Leia.
Leia.
Who voiced Darth Maul in the Phantom?
Sam Witwer.
Alex.
Oh, Peter Serafinowicz.
I can't give it to him. He kind of tripped, and so didn't get it within
Take
the
a point
2
away.
seconds.
23 points there.
All right, last question in the speed round.
Tan Wee and Lama Su are.
Kaminoans.
What was that?
Kaminoans.
Question, it's incorrect. We're saying they were from what planet?
Yeah.
So he lose 22. So Ken still has
Okay.
7 points.
Yeah.
7 points. Still has a 7-point lead. Damon could spend that there. He jumped a little bit at the speed round.
Yeah, but the speed round is what we maybe thought Alex might struggle with just because of the strength of Ken Napzok having such a quick comedic mind.
Yep.
And he didn't buzz in all that much. Alex got the buzz in. It's just that the questions weren't always accurate. But like you said, Christian, it's like we never played a speed round. We are back to, well, a 7-point advantage. So Ken did pick up a point.
I think, again, Ken was probably a little gun shy because right now we have a 7-point lead as we get to the final round. 5th and final round. Ken has to hit all 3 of his questions here in order to stay in the game. So, Mark, how does it work?
Okay, Ken and Alex, we have come to the belt deciding round. It is round number 5 because this is a championship match. Here's how we determine the questions that you are asked that will determine your destiny. You each give us a series of numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Okay? Each number you give us corresponds to a different slate up here at the answer desk. Your first question is worth 2 points. Your next question, 3 points. And your last question is worth 5 points. And like we said, Ken's going to have to hit all 3 of these or at least his last 2. And that depends maybe more on what Alex does. But Alex, you're going to give us your 3 numbers first because you are currently enjoying a 7-point advantage.
Let's go 3, 2, and 7.
3, 2, and 7.
Thought he was going 1 there.
3, 2, and 7 for the champion and for the challenger.
We're going to go 8, 13, 5.
8, 13, and 5 for the challenger.
Ken just seems lost, like he can't even count correctly.
All right, Ken, you're going to start here. And it is The Last Jedi. Who did Snoke refer to as a rabid cur?
General Armitage Hux.
Correct for 2 points. Okay.
He got his first name. Can we do 1 more point for that?
All right, Ken. 13 is a category of droids. What was the malfunction of the first R2 unit Uncle Owen bought along with C-3PO?
A bad motivator.
Oh, this one's got a bad motivator.
Correct. All right. So Ken Knapsack giving himself a chance to get into lead here. If he hits his 5-pointer, it bounces back to Damon. If he misses it, Alex Damon retains the title. All right, Ken. You had category 5. New Hope. Here you go. All right, Ken. While tending to the droids, C-3PO asked Luke if he could help him in any way. Luke responded by saying, "Not unless you can
Speed up the harvest.
blank or blank." What were 2 of the 3 things that Luke mentioned?
Speed up the harvest or
20 seconds.
teleport me off this rock.
Speed up the harvest and teleport me off this rock.
Correct.
Alter time. Take it as well.
So Ken hit all 3. So now Alex Damon having a chance here. Let's see what happens.
That's right. I mean, Ken Knapsack, you thought maybe going into this he wanted to be teleported off this rock himself, but he shows a lot of fight, a lot of moxie, a lot of heart, and he ends up currently enjoying a 3-point advantage over Alex Damon, who now will answer his first question in round number 5. Alex, you selected number 3 for your 2-point question. That corresponds up here at the answer desk to vehicles and weapons. These could be vehicles or weapons. And your question is, what is the name of the shuttle that transported Han and the crew to Endor?
Tidarium.
Correct.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
For 2 points. He's on the verge of victory.
So now if Damon hits this, he retains the title. If he misses it, he goes to the 5-pointer to try to win it there. Category number 2.
Number 2, and Alex Damon from Atlanta chose the number of Matt Ryan, the Falcons quarterback.
That's why I did it.
3 points. Matt Ryan could give you the victory. Here's your question. 2 Wookiees escort Yoda to an escape pod on Kashyyyk.
Chewbacca and Tarful.
And your winner, and still moving trivia showdown, Star Wars champion of the world, Alex the Demon Damon.
Alex Damon does it. Ken Knapsack, though, hell of a battle there, too.
A great battle by Ken. Did you catch a great sportsmanship at the end? A nice change from recent events here in the Schmoedown. Ken shaking the hand of Alex Damon, and Ken had a smile on his face, because he looked him down the barrel. He came out of this match unscathed, his reputation intact. He lost, but who did he lose to? Alex Damon, who has become some sort of a mythological creature in the world of the movie trivia Schmoedown. He wins again. He's flying that belt back to Atlanta. He probably checks it at the desk, I imagine.
Maybe so, but look, this was a great battle. Ken fought back valiantly. It was 10 points that he scored in that last round. You can't let up that many points to Alex at all, because he can make you pay for it. He did. But Corruption now, they missed their first shot. Now it's Mike Kalinowski is going to be facing Mark Knopik for the Intergeek Championship. We'll see if they'll be able to do that. But Jen Sturger has Ken Knapsack and Alex Damon. Here we go.
What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here with Alex Damon. This has got to be getting heavy by this point.
I still don't know how to hold it right. It's just so unwieldy.
Oh, but it's an amazing belt. So much better than the last one we had. Alex, that was incredible. I think every match that you have, I become more and more impressed with you. I'm starting to wonder, are you a savant?
Well, I guess kind of. I mean,
You don't ask a man if he's a savant.
like an idiot savant? Yeah, I guess. But I mean, this is just what I do all day, every day. It's hard to stump me.
Yeah.
But I still didn't feel like I played my absolute best.
No, I was gonna ask you about that. You know, I did when it came down to the speed round. Were you just feeling like, oh, I've got so much like leeway. I'm just gonna go for it and buzz in, and even if I don't get the answer, it's still better than letting him score points. Is that like what the strategy was by that point?
I heard someone in the crowd go, "That's a good strategy," and that's not what I was thinking. I was just like, I saw
The strategy is to answer them all right.
Right. I saw how quickly Ken was answering questions in his Iron Man match with Sam, and I know that he's fast, so I just kind of, if I had an inkling of what I thought the answer might be, I went for it because I didn't think I could beat him otherwise.
Absolutely. You know, I've watched you play in the three-way match at the live event, and then I saw you dismantle Bruce Green. I think his body is buried somewhere
I'm so sorry,
in this
Bruce.
studio. Sorry, Bruce. And now, can anyone beat you?
Well, you know, there's someone that I think might be able to, and I still want to crack at him, so Sam Witwer, you know, if you're watching, I don't know if this is possible, but I think he might be at Star Wars Celebration. I'm going to be at Star Wars Celebration. Maybe the scheduling could work out. I would love to take you on while we're all there to celebrate Star Wars anyway.
Oof. Star Wars Celebration just got a little intense. Good luck.
Thank you.
Ken, that was a rough one. That was a rough one to watch.
Jennifer, I gotta admit, I am pretty defeated. I'm proud. I know what I'm capable of. Sometimes you rush in there. Sometimes there's things you know or don't know, and in the moment you'll find out. And I answer some great questions. But here's the truth. Here's the truth of the situation. We're not done today. More on that in a second. We may have lost this battle, but there's still a war to win. But I will say that Yoda said it best about mentors and teachers. We are what they grow beyond. And Alex, as a young competitor in this league, as someone who I helped bring in, and he's got a successful career. He and his wife Molly run a great channel. I just think in terms of Schmoedown, I brought him in, and I mentored him, and I helped get him ready. And this is a case of someone moving past their teacher. And it might be tough, but I have to accept that. And that's what today was about for me.
But let's be honest, like your final round, if you gave me final round Ken the entire match, I think we would have been looking at a much closer result.
Final round Ken is probably why I've been divorced 7 times, but I will tell you that I feel confident it's that last shot on the golf course that brings you back for more. But at the end of the day, I think I know what I'm capable of, and I don't know if I'm capable of defeating Alex Damon. I believe Sam Witwer is, and I would absolutely buy a ticket to Chicago, get some pizza, and then watch their match.
I heard their deep dish is pretty amazing.
Let's just do a show about that.
Oh, so obviously today's been kind of a rough day for corruption, Mike. You're kind of the last hope here. Am I wrong?
I'm sorry, what rough day? The little joke you're making at our expense out here?
No.
Oh, I see that. I saw you saw the match, right? Oh, Christian at the table, he gets a little power in him. He starts taking my moves, doing my thing at me. You guys are all having fun now, aren't you?
No, I mean,
hold on a
he did
second.
kind of say...
He said what? What did he say? What did he say?
Well, he said that you're kind of his puppet.
I'm his puppet now.
Yeah.
You guys are all having fun now. You think, oh, it's all done with it. This is not done. It's like he said, this is not. These are just little battles, little skirmishes in the war for corruption. That guy's gonna be a single champion. We're gonna have a Star Wars champion right here. And guess what we still got going on today?
Your intergeekdom match.
You got that right. That belt is gonna be where it's gonna belong. Where it should have been months ago. On my waist. You got that, Jen? My belt.
Well, Ken, it's been real.
See you, Jennifer.
I mean, the story there's Ken taking defeat well, and Mike Kalinowski pretty much doing what he did, and he's angry. He's angry right now. I understand. He's angry, but he wants to go in there. He's going in for the Intergeekdom Championship, but he's angry. But Alex Damon is the big story.
Yeah.
He has laid down the challenge. He is challenging Sam Witwer for a championship match at Star Wars Celebration in Chicago.
Woo!
Now, if Witwer can do it, it would be amazing. It's not guaranteed. It's not locked down. Sam Witwer's a busy guy, and that's why he stepped away in the first place. Can it happen? we will find out, but it's something that I think everybody wants to see.
Yeah, I mean, we might have to fly in there in person just to check that out. That would be something special. Just going to Star Wars Celebration Chicago in general, much less to see an epic matchup like that. Alex Stamen adjudicated himself well. I thought he would bring his A game. I've never seen him bring anything less. Ken Knapsack also brought his A game. It's been a great match here, and I guess we're done with the spectacular?
No, we're not, because this isn't even the main event of this particular
I
match.
have to cancel some appointments.
Anywhere. Coming up, right after this, the number one contender match. Who's going to New York? That's right, you're going to have, she just saw her in video one, half of the reigning team champions. The finalist of the Ultimate Schmoedown tournament, Clark Wolf, goes head-to-head with the former two-time champion, Dangerous Dan Maul. The winner will play the winner of Roca and Irwin in New York for the season premiere of the Schmoedown next season, season 6. I'm excited. Here we go.
Get a cookie in you. We'll be right back.
All right, brother. Number one contender match. We all believe in you. You're taking on Clark Wolf. She ain't an easy one to beat. No. We know you can do it, brother. I want to see you in New York. I'm going to handle business. You handle business. We do this for a third time. You know it.
That's right. Today we're friends.
Yeah.
We'll worry about next time.
Next time.
Guys, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being here. You got this, man. It's going on.
Yeah.
Just remember this. Remember this, Dan.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Remember this. 5 horsemen, 5 captains. That ain't no coincidence.
Yeah, right. That's not right.
Focus in. Warp speed today, fellas. I'm going to see you in New York.
Damn right.
We're going to see what happens when we get there. But I got to get there.
You gotta get there.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
Book your ticket today with that match. I wouldn't want anyone else out there besides you guys. Thanks, man.
We're there.
Thank you. Hey, by the way,
Always, man. Always.
we're all horse then. Yeah, we're short of horsemen.
Yeah, he said he was gonna be here for lunch. He said he's got something to talk to me about. I'm not sure what, but he's gonna talk to me. But he'll be here for the match, so don't worry about it. You're walking out, Danny. You're walking out me, so we'll see.
All right, guys. Let's do this.
Let's go.
Who played Lee Harvey Oswald in Oliver Stone's JFK?
I'm gonna take a guess. I don't know the answer. Anthony Hopkins.
And your winner, Dangerous Dan Maul.
I know the classic Clark Wolf is the crowd favorite. I know it's the audience favorite. I knew it was going to be a tough competition, and it was.
You know, I got my clock cleaned. Dan has all the belts for a reason. My hat is off to Mr. Merle.
Who directed The Burbs?
Barry Levinson.
And your winner, and the Before being remade with Jude Law, which actor starred as Alfie Elkins in 1966 Alfie?
Michael Kite.
And your winner,
Which veteran actor lent his talents to Zootopia as the voice of Mayor Lionheart?
J.K. Simmons. And your winner, and
What nobody knew except for me was that this was a double retirement match because I made up my mind. There's a lot of new blood down there. There's a lot of people that want that belt, and I think now's the perfect time to give all of them a shot at it.
Clark Wolf, what is she gonna do next? Mia? And your winner! Correct. And your winner!
His brother's death.
And your winner!
School of Rock.
And your winner!
I have a partner. I found that person. Shire Wolf. We want to join you now.
That's amazing! Oh, Shire!
James Eugene Carey.
Mike, congratulations, Dustin Hoffman.
Can she do it again? When the belt is on the line, that's the question. Sudden death.
He's got it.
And your winner!
I'm disappointed, yeah, but I feel like I earned my right to be at that table, and I earned my right to almost have the belt.
Child 44.
I've always said that it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter when you play. Score starts at 0 every match. You win or you lose.
A whole entire league should be afraid now. This is the greatest of all time. And he's going to prove it to you time and time again. 2, 1, hands down. Dan.
I didn't get it written down in time. I know this. I leave it to your judgment.
Can't accept that you don't have anything there at all. So
David O. Russell. You helped bring me back from where I was, and I'm going to help bring you back. Then I'm going to walk out in the spectacular and watch him defend that belt, unless I'm the one playing him.
the singles tournament begins. The winner faces John the Outlaw Roca at the Spectacular.
Straw dog.
Greg Berlanti.
And your winner!
Congratulations, you can call him Greg Berlanti.
And your winner!
You get to play for a chance to be the #1 contender. Ready to rumble.
And your winner! Dan Merle and Draco will go right at it again. And your winner! He is now in the Spectacular in the #1 contender match.
Southside with me.
And your winner is Big Time Berlin! The answer was Southside with you. Southside with you. And now the #1 contender match. Clark Wolf faces Dan Merle in a rematch for the #1 contender. Winner goes to New York.
Dan Merle, the game's different now. I'm a different player now.
I'm going to go out there with Clark Wolf, and we're going to put on a champion show, and we're going to see who comes out on top.
There's so much on the line for this match.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this on paper, Christian, and as announcers, we're like, oh, it's only 3 rounds. This will be a piece of cake. And then you start delving into the history of Dan Merle versus Clark Wolf. Dangerous, classy. They first clashed way back in 2016 when Clark was the challenger to Dan back then.
Yeah.
But now, you come into this match, Clark is seated in the favorite chair. Dan Merle is the one that's going to be coming through the curtain first. Who's going to win this match? I don't know, but I do know to expect a lot of fireworks.
Well, what a journey the two of them have been on in general. I mean, through their league. You know, if you look at Dangerous Dan Merle, obviously a legend in the game who wound up winning 2 championships. He had such an amazing run. He took his first championship from his now stablemate Mark Riley, then did the same thing in a triple threat match against Riley and Roca. He defended it right afterwards against Sam Levine, who a lot of people arguably say is one of the greatest players of all time.
He's defeated Santa Claus.
And then, yeah, right, he defeated you.
He defeated Santa Claus.
Right, he did it all. He did it all, and then he stepped away from the game for a little bit. He came back to Collision. He lost to Andrew Guy. The tournament with the Founding Fathers, they went 1-1. He then entered the Ultimate Schmoedown, and first match looked like, all right, here's Dan Merle, precision, and takes out Stacey Howard. Had a bump in the road as he lost to Ethan Irwin in that semifinals match, but because of the rules here of the 2 semifinals losers, it was Andraco versus Merle, and Merle won that via TKO and gets himself to this dance. Clark Wolf, on the other hand, has been on fire this season. You combine what she just did in the teams match. She is a combined 8-2 this season in teams and singles. She went 2 2-0. She beat Ben Bateman in the first round. Then she beat her stablemate Mark Andreyko and lost to Ethan Irwin, not by one question, by one word.
Oh.
The answer was Southside with you. She said Southside with me.
Effing pronouns.
But because of it, she is in this number one contender match. And not only do they play the winner of either Irwin or Roca.
Where's that going to happen?
New York City.
They have good salsa.
This is the battle for New York City. The season premiere, January. They are going to be going head to head. Whoever wins this with the champion, whoever that might be by the end of today. Lot of stuff going on here, Mark.
And what's really funny is that you and I were speculating on this potentiality and then whether Classy Clark Wool was going to be coming off a team victory or team loss, how that might affect her going into this match. This is the situation she finds herself in, where some people may say, hey, I'm in Vegas, I just won at this casino, I feel great, now let me go downtown to Excalibur, try my luck at $2 blackjack. I've left there empty-handed, shirtless. Christian, it can turn in a flash in the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
You're not wrong, though. But you're not wrong because it's got to be such a relief to Clark she's coming off of a victory, because a loss can really take it out of you. The adrenaline can kick in if you have to compete twice, and now she's going in. And I'll tell you, I know Dan Merle. Dan Merle's also probably happy that she won because he wants the best Clark Wolf. He wants Clark Wolf, Dan Merle, rematch here, part 2. I'm psyched. I want to hear what they have to say. Here we go.
Here we are, the Schmoedown Spectacular. This is the event that every competitor in the Schmoedown works all year to play in. I'm not gonna lie, this is not how I imagined that I would be here, and I might not be fighting in the fight that I envisioned in my head that I'd be fighting, but that doesn't mean I'm not grateful for the chance to be here. That doesn't mean I'm not ready to play, and that doesn't mean I'm not ready to win.
So way back in 2016, I had my first shot at the singles belt. I was 3-0 and had a pretty good run of it, and then had to play Dan in a title match, and it did not go well. It definitely is, aside from Makuga 2, the thing that is stuck in my craw of the whole thing.
People look at my opponent today, Clark Wolf, and they say, oh, Dan played her, it's going to be a runaway. It wasn't even close last time. Those people don't know what's going on, and they haven't been paying attention to this game. The last time I played Clark Wolf was eons ago in Schmoedown time. And champion to champion, there's no way that I would disrespect Clark and pretend like she didn't have a great shot at winning this game. But that also means that I've got to bring my A game, and that's what I've got ready.
Dan is an incredible player. He is arguably maybe the best player this league has ever seen, but he's been out of it for a while, and if this tournament has taught me anything, I feel warm, I feel loose, I feel like I'm in the right headspace, and so I think it could be a close one.
Clark, this isn't just about the title, and this isn't just about the spectacular, and this isn't just about my win record. This is about respect, and this is about my season, and I intend to make this a winning season.
Dan Merle, you are an icon and a legend in this league, and I lost very badly to you a couple of years ago. The game's different now, I'm a different player now, and I just hope that this is one for the books, and because you are so good, I know that it will be, so good luck.
Both of them want New York. Both of them want to get to the dance. And we have the half of the team champion against the former two-time champion. This is a Legends match. This is a match that could headline a live event. This is a match that could headline the Spectacular, could headline Collision, could headline anything. And we have it right now. You're getting it in video 2 for your main event.
That's right. The winner of this goes on to Madison Square Garden to take pictures, and they're going to go to the theater to compete in the Schmoedown. Christian, I feel pretty ready. Do we have any notable accomplishments to get to, or do we even have time?
No, we got them, and here we go. So you got Dan Merle, notable performances and accomplishments. 2016 Player of the Year. He lasted 12 rounds in the 2017 free-for-all. He is a former two-time champion. Clark Wolf is the 2016 Rookie of the Year. She is the current team champion. She is also the 2018 Ultimate Schmoedown singles finalist. All right, and with that, are you ready?
You said he lasted 12 rounds?
12 rounds.
I have to get up 3 times a night to take a leak. I am ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown!
The crowd has maintained their fervor.
3 rounds, number 1 contender match. Here we go. Introducing first, representing the Five Horsemen, led to the ring by Mark Yodi Riley, Jason Justice Inman, and the movie trivia Schmoedown champion John Roca, with a record of 9-4, 6 knockouts. He is the former two-time movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Dangerous Dan Morrow! As the Horseman of the Champions, there's the former champion. There is Dangerous Dan Morrow.
Looks ready. That's a focused Dan Morrow you're seeing.
Yeah.
The look in his eye.
No nose here. I don't see nose.
Nose. Bacon pizza south of here.
Yeah, I don't see nose. Dan Morrow. We have one of the best. As he makes it over to, he used to be on that other side. He's still on that other side. You know?
Say whatever you want about the rest of the horsemen. People will say things about the founding fathers as well. Dan Morrow, always a classy guy, gives us a nod. He's appreciative of the game, and he's come here to win.
And his opponent, representing the Fight Club, with a record of 8 wins, 6 defeats, she is the reigning movie trivia Schmoedown team champion and the 2018 Ultimate Schmoedown finalist, Classic Clark She's got a lot of pep in her step right now. A lot of pep in her step. And look, the rematch from almost 3 years ago at this point, 2.5 years ago.
That's right, we are getting old.
I love that they're paying respects here to Dan Morrow. I love the fact that we'll lot of respect.
Class this match.
Yeah.
You know?
And
It's really nice.
She's proud of that belt. She's proud of that belt.
The Fight Club making sure that their competitor is situated. They're such a tight-knit group.
Yeah.
You know, the founding fathers, they ride in and out in their Priuses, their horses, what their transportation is, but it seems like the Fight Club, they all travel to and from each match in one big minivan.
Well, here we go, guys. The battle for New York begins as we get into it. Round number 1, Mark, 3 rounds. How does it go?
In round number 1, this is a number 1 contenders match, so 3 total rounds. Round number 1 goes as so. We're going to ask you 8 questions from 8 different corners of the movie trivia Schmoedown galaxy. Each question you hear is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing. In round number 1, as soon as we ask it, please write down your best attempt at the correct answer on the whiteboard in front of you. You can write it down. Give it about 15 seconds. We'll ask you by name to show your answer to the camera. At the same time, you verbalize it into the microphone. You each have 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you need a question repeated or buy yourself some time, use the JTE rule. And you also each have 1 challenge to be used at any time during the 3 rounds. That's Clark Wolf. That's Dan Merle, Christian.
All right, so with that being said, Dan Morrow, are you ready to go? Oh, I'm ready. Clark Wolf, are you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Let's get ready to Schmoedown! All right. Here we go. First category is a category of comedies. Which film stars Mel Gibson as a chauvinistic ad executive who can hear women's thoughts after a fluke accident?
All right, getting everybody warmed up here.
Yeah.
So everybody, let's go outside, toss the old pigskin around.
5,
Love this
4,
movie. What
3,
women want.
2, 1. Clark Wolf.
Excuse me.
What women want?
Yes, Dan.
What women want?
Again.
And now the movie trivia portion of the game begins.
All right.
Your question comes from the world of action adventure, and it is, who played the Sheriff of Nottingham in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves? One of my all-time. Can I sing it to you?
Nope. 5, 4.
You know, it's...
I should know this. I can't remember his name.
No. 3, 2, 1. Stop it. Dan Merle.
Alan Rickman.
Yes.
Also, Alan Rickman.
Yes, that's right. Me too.
Did the impression as well, 1 point apiece.
All right. Next question here. Dramas. Which Tarantino film did Chris Tucker appear in.
Here's the thing about Bryan Adams, though. One of the best voices in rock history, in my opinion. No, just people give him credit.
5, 4,
Summer 60.
Pulp Fiction?
Are you
3,
kidding?
2, 1. Clark.
Jackie Brown?
Yes, it is. Dan.
Jackie Brown.
Tie game.
Perfect for 3 as we get to the halfway point in round number 1 with your fourth question. That comes from the world of animated movies drawn by hand or on a computer. Your question: what Saturday Night Live alum voices Roxanne Ritchie, the reporter Megamind falls for in the movie Megamind? We saw this in the theater together. We had some corn, I believe, at Universal
No.
What's the?
I don't remember. 3.
Universal Studios.
Oh, okay. 2, 1.
Mr.
Pens
Wynn?
down. Dan Morrow.
Tina Fey?
Yes, it is.
Tina Fey.
There you go. Tie game.
We should probably remind each competitor if they continue this and they pitch a perfect round 1, they get a bonus question.
All right, next one. Oscar movies. 3 films have tied for the most Oscar wins with 11. Name 2 out of the 3 of those films.
Guess who called me? The Oscars.
3 films. Titanic and oh wait. No, it's hold on. Shit. 11. Not the Pretty sure that's 2 of them are Titanic and Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
The Oscars called again. They said,
that?
hey, can you host it?
Yeah. 5.
I said, not yet.
Nice. 4.
Not yet.
3. That was Oscar, my next door neighbor. 1. Pens down, please. And Clarkwell.
I said Titanic and Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
You got it right. Dan Morrow.
I said Ben-Hur and Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Also
Yes,
got
you
it
did.
right.
Yes, you did. 5-5. 5-5. They compliment each other so well. You all should be on a team sometime. Your next question comes from the world of fantasy sci-fi. And your fantasy sci-fi question is, who plays Bard the Bowman in the Hobbit trilogy?
Now, this is probably where Clark wishes it was in a team match. She could lean over to Rachel Cushing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rachel Cushing knows the answer to this.
5.
Hell? Oh, is that isn't that Luke Evans?
It's also your nickname in high school. 3. Bard the Bowman.
2. 1. Pens down. Pens down. Dan?
I didn't have it. It's just Stewart. I don't know.
Nope.
I also don't have it. I didn't get that.
It is Luke Evans.
All right.
All right.
I like a Luke Evans.
Well, tie game.
Only his close friends call him Stewart.
All right, here's your next question. Dan and Clark. Horror/thriller. Who directed 2006's Hostel?
I like that Hungry Like the Wolf song. Is that the song she came out to before?
Eli Roth.
Or was it?
She used to come out to Werewolf of London. 1. Pens down, please. And Clark Wolf.
Eli Roth.
It is. Dan.
I thought Saw in my head and I wrote James Bond.
Wow. So Clark goes up by a point there.
That's a mental mistake.
There you go, 6-5. So Clark goes up by 1 point because of the mental mistake. And now we get to the next question here. Wow, big mistake there. Not big mistake, but just, again, mental mistake.
No, it's okay, Christian. It's a big mistake.
If you're done rubbing salt in the wound, we can progress to the last question in round number 1 is a Patreon question. This one comes from Jake Hammer, Jake the Hammer. Thank you for supporting the movie Trivia Schmoedown. We're just the nail. You hammer us home, buddy. He wanted the category of 90s movies. Check out the movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon for your chance to have your name set during a question in the category of 90s movies. The question is, high school student Dave tells his parents that his new friend Link is a foreign exchange student from Estonia in what 90s comedy?
5, 4, 3, 2,
Encino
1.
Man.
Dan Merle.
Encino Man?
Got it. Clark.
Encino Man.
Wow, some great comedies of the 90s, buddy.
Clark Wolf continues on her murder's first round. She gets another 7 points in the first round, but Dan Merle keeping in pace here, only down by 1 point as we get to round number 2. And round number 2, how do we go?
In round number 2, this is the wheel round. The wheel of fate, justice, and could be one competitor's doom. Each competitor gets one spin at their wheel. You have opponent's choice and spinner's choice back on the wheel this time. If you land on anything else, you have to answer 4 questions from said movie trivia category. You do have 1 mulligan, unless, of course, you spin opponent's choice, at which point your opponent will give you what your category is. Each question is worth 2 points. If you need multiple choice to help you out, the question goes down to 1 point. We'll give you 4 options, 1 of which is correct. And with that, we are going to defer to Classy Clark Wolf, who has a 1-point advantage over Dan Merle. That's the slimmest of leads you could possibly have. Clark, would you like to spin first or defer to Dan Merle?
I will go first.
Gonna go first.
She's going to go first. She's been good friends with the wheel, and you knock on wood because I don't want to be an announcer's curse here, and see what happens.
She's got a new style. She really whips that thing.
Yeah, I was going to say the style comes from all those bar classes. It's either pure bar or something like that.
The audience is really locked in right now. You can hear them murmuring. Is it going to go past opponent's choice here?
It's not going to be opponent's choice. It could be spinner's choice.
To Martin Scorsese.
Scorsese. She's going to spin again?
Away she goes.
Okay. She walks right into that spin.
She did.
Yeah.
She wants away from it.
The key to a spin, it's in the legs.
just
More so
depends.
than it is.
Each player has a different style on how to do it.
No, I'm telling you how to spin the wheel.
You haven't won in a long time.
It's not because of the wheel. It's because Scores and Soundtracks, which is Scores. Coming of age.
Coming of age. All right. So
And I will remind everybody out there that wheel that Clark just spun is a Patreon-sponsored wheel. Thank you to Wade Carter, ladies and gentlemen. Wade Carter, loyal supporter of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown patron. His sponsored wheel slices are horror movies and new releases. Clark wasn't able to get either one of those, but she does get coming-of-age films. She might come of age here in this match if she can ace the category.
well, here you go, Clark Wolf. 4 questions. In Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which hockey team jersey does Cameron
Detroit
wear
Red Wings.
throughout the movie?
Detroit Red Wings. Detroit Red Wings.
Multiple choice.
A. Chicago Blackhawks. B. Montreal Canadiens. C. Detroit Red Wings.
Red
D.
Wings.
Ottawa Senators.
The Red Wings.
That is correct. 1 point. There you go. Question 2. Who played Juno's stepmother in 2007's Juno?
Jennifer Garner.
That's
Allison
incorrect. Stepmother's incorrect.
Allison Janney.
The steal?
Allison Janney?
That's correct. Big steal.
Okay.
Steal.
Tripped up with the stepmother there. It's always the dang stepmothers.
Right. She was the mother who was going to adopt. What color is John Miner's iconic 1932 Ford Coupe that he races in American Graffiti?
Red.
White.
It's incorrect. Steal?
Red.
Blue.
For yellow. Yellow. All right, last question for Clark. Who directed 2017's Call Me By Your Name?
Oh gosh. Well.
Five,
Afraid about the pronunciation.
4.
Repeat the question.
Who directed 2017's Call Me By Your Name? 5,
Luca Guadagnino.
Well, accepted. Luke,
Yep.
Dino is correct. 2 points. 2 points. Dan Merle's now going to spin. Dan Merle spins here. Clark has used one JTE rule. Dan has not used one yet.
And Clark hit a category she didn't necessarily love, but she navigated her way to a lead. Dan Merle did get a 2-point steal. Keep eyes on that. It's a 3-round match, and that could really come back to haunt Clark in round 3.
Could be, unless, again, he lands on something that she is good
He's
at.
got that mulligan, but here comes opponent's choice. Are we going to get that far? It looks like could be fantasy sci-fi for Dan Merle.
Fantasy sci-fi for Dan Merle. Is he going to attempt fate, or is he going to go for it? He's going to go for it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm keeping
gonna go
everything
for
that's
it.
not opponent's choice this season.
All right. That's fine.
All right, Dan Merle.
Here we go. Question number 1.
In the world of fantasy sci-fi, Dan, your first question. In the world of fantasy science fiction, what is the name of the last human city on Earth in the Matrix trilogy?
Zion.
It is, in
correct.
fact, Zion. Name of a lot of basketball playing high schools as well. All right, your next question, fantasy sci-fi. You're currently tied with Clark. This will give you the lead if you get it right. A group of scientists try to track down and trap a killer alien seductress before she can successfully mate with a human. In what 1995 sci-fi horror film?
Species.
Certainly is Species. Tasha Henstridge on a mission, and Dan Merle emerges with a 2-point lead over Clark Wolf. Still 2 left in his slate. Your penultimate question in round number 2. This star from the Star Trek franchise played Guinevere's father, King Leo de Grasse, in 1981's Excalibur.
Multiple choice.
Is it A. Patrick Stewart, B. Leonard Nimoy, C. Peter Weller, or D.
Patrick
Bruce
Stewart.
Greenwood?
Patrick Stewart.
We'll give him a point.
Yeah. That's it. All right, last one.
All right. Your last question, Dan, in the world of fantasy science fiction. What race of beings do the elf-like Jen and Kira belong to in The Dark Crystal? 5.
Gelflings.
It is, in fact, Gelflings.
Impressive round from Dan Merle. Gets himself a 5-point lead going into round number 3. What a battle. Clark was up by 1. Dan is now up by 5 as we get into round number 3. We've seen comebacks bigger than this before.
You got to think about that steal, though, because it was a 4-point swing from one to the other one. And as we move into round 3, this is the last match. We've had a lot of championship matches and some yet to come. It's a 3-round match for this particular competition. And Clark Wolf, Dan Merle, you each are going to give us 3 numbers. They range from 1 to 20. First question is going to be a 2-pointer, next one 3-pointer, the last one is a 5-point question. We'll start asking the questions to Clark, but we get the first series of numbers from Mr. Dan Merle. What do you like, sir?
I'll take number 2, number 9, and number 17, please.
2, 9, and 17 for Dan. Clark.
4, 12, 19.
4, 12, and 19 for Clark Wolf. She will be up first, trying to avoid the TKO here as we start
Come on,
with
Clark.
category number 4 from Clark Wolf. All right, Clark. Category 4. 80s movies. 80s movies. All right. What was the name of the detective hired to investigate Jessica Rabbit in Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Eddie Valiant.
That is correct. Yep. And now Clark attempts to tie the game. She's going to attempt to tie the game here and goes right back to coming of age movies. Coming of age movies. Boy, go. All right. Here's another one. Which 2009 Star Trek alum starred in the indie coming of age film Like Crazy?
Chris Pine. Zoe
5,
Saldana.
4, 3.
Repeat the question.
It's number 2. Which 2009 Star Trek alum starred in the indie coming of age film Like Crazy?
Chris Pine.
We're looking for Anton Yelchin. Anton Yelchin. All right, so now Clark Wolf has to hit her 5-pointer. If she hits the 5, it bounces back to Dan. But if she misses it, Dan Merle will win via TKO and will be heading to New York to play either Ethan Irwin or John Roca.
Does he have to pay, or do we pay for him to go to New
I think
York?
we're going to pay for him. All right, here we go. Here we go. Clark, DiCaprio. DiCaprio is your 5-pointer. DiCaprio. Which movie star had one of his early feature film roles as Mickey in the Leonardo DiCaprio film, The Basketball Diaries?
Brendan Fraser.
And your winner, by way of
that I would consider in that category, Christian. Dan Murr, Clark Wolf, they came, they saw, they answered a lot of questions correctly. It went Dan Murrell's way, and we are going to be getting him a ticket to New York City.
Dan Murrell's going to New York to play either Ethan Irwin or John Roca, but Clark Wolf, you look at where she's walking out with that belt on her shoulder, because look, what a battle, what a match. It was tight in that first one. It's just Clark at the end there couldn't come up with the answer.
And the steal really,
I think it changed the whole game.
It can affect your psyche. Dan Murrell not blinking, spinning fantasy sci-fi, a category I think he's somewhat comfortable with. He seemed prepared for the round 3 that was to come. He never had to answer any questions. That's the way the Schmoedown goes occasionally.
You want to look at something though. Dan Murrell now is 10. He is 10-4.
Okay.
He is 10-4, and he has 7 knockouts. 10-4, 7 knockouts.
Pretty good.
The question is, who does he want to play? Because he's got unfinished business with both. So we're going to find out in that interview here with both Clark Wolf and Dan Murrell. There's Jen Sturger.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here with Dangerous Dan Murrell. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think that was a match that we all wanted to see. We love watching you compete against people like Clark, but I feel like I got a little glimpse of like retro Dan today.
Maybe. I mean, I thought that match was going to go the distance.
Yeah.
And you know what? And I was lucky enough to be here for Clark and Rachel's teams match. And if we had played the questions that they got on that match, she would be standing here right now as the winner, and I'd be on the other side of this. It was like they said, it is a lot of it is you know the questions or you don't. I happened to get some that I knew, but I also got lucky. I made a big mental mistake in that game. I heard hostile and I saw in my brain, and I wrote down the wrong director. And in a match against an opponent like Clark, you are extremely lucky to overcome something like that. So I'm just happy to have the win and then get to sit back and see who I'm going to get to face off against next year.
Absolutely, but you did have those steals that came in pretty handy too.
Yeah, I mean that is sort of the secret of the game as far as making up ground. I was behind. If you're able to pick up a steal, even just 1 point in round 2, that's really going to help you in the end game. And conversely, if you miss something and you get it stolen, that doesn't help. So lucky to pick up a steal there and be able to go to the end.
I know winning today must feel pretty great, especially coming off the controversial loss to Corruption. I know you and Roca and myself were very emotional. Sorry about that.
No,
I think
I got emotional first. I was just.
I can't watch you cry, man. That's what it comes down to. I can't watch anybody tear up. I'm very empathetic. But how does this win feel coming off that?
Chance and Mike played a fantastic game. I've said elsewhere, but I'll say it here on the show, that if I were the judge that they had called to make those calls, I think I probably would have made the same ones.
Internet.
To be honest, it's a lot better when I look back at the season, considering how it started.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to end the season with a win.
Do you feel like you're finally finding your groove?
I think so. The game changed a lot while I was gone, and that's not to take away from Guy, that's not to take away from Ethan, it's not to take away from Chance and Mike and anybody that beat me this season. But I was on a bit of a learning curve as far as understanding the tone of the game.
And the psychological warfare that goes into it.
The psychological warfare, the strategy.
Yeah.
No one was doing strategy, really, when I first started playing the game. And so I feel better about my understanding of the game, my knowledge, when I should take risks, when I shouldn't take risks, and I'm going to continue over this next few months, leading it up to New York, to continue hopefully to map things out in my head, try to fill in some holes in my knowledge, because no matter who wins today, I'm going to have my hands full with New York.
Well, while Mark and Christian are booking your flights, I got to ask you.
Yeah.
New York is going to be a kind of a weird experience for you, because you're either going to have to face Ethan Irwin, who you've already faced once before, and we know how that turned out, or you're going to have to face John Roca.
Yeah.
And your teammate, your horseman.
I know. That's
This is like a real Sophie's choice here.
It really is. I don't have a preference. I mean, Ethan is a machine, but we have also seen that when Roka is fired up and when Roka's got that passion behind him, which he always does, he's almost unstoppable. So I'm really facing two opponents that look unstoppable. I don't know how either one of them is going to come out on top today without us having a 3-hour-long match, if I'm being honest.
I can't be here that late. I have things to do.
Exactly. I mean, it might be an empty studio. I don't know. But I do think that whoever it is, I'm not going to have the advantage. If I had been able to play today, you're at the end of the season. People have been playing a lot of matches. There's been a lot of tournaments going on. And now, no matter who it is, they're going to be rested. They're going to be ready to go. But
this is the grind. This is the Super Bowl of movie trivia.
Yeah.
And it was a pleasure watching you compete today, and congratulations. You had
Thank
a
you.
well-done season, and I know that it was one of a lot of ups and downs for you, and I hope that you're feeling on the upswing now.
I am. I'm very happy and very lucky and very fortunate to get a win today. And I'll see whoever wins the title fight today in New York. And be ready, because I'm bringing my A game.
See you in New York, guys. I'm back with Clark Walton in the Fight Club, and Clark, you've had a long day today. I think I can say both of the matches that we saw you play today were hard matches, and well-fought matches. At the end, did fatigue just kind of set in the match?
I mean, listen, you either know it or you don't, and I got hit with some questions today that this match that I did not know, flat out. Like, I can't deny that. I am also exhausted. I'm tired. My brain is definitely a little fried. But today just wasn't my day, and that's why.
Well, the second half of the day wasn't your day.
True. Yes, of course.
But I think what it came down to was that match was just steals. Those steals really hurt you, and that's what honestly put you back. Other than that, you were right in the thick of that. And especially hanging with someone like Dan Merle, who played like old Dan Merle, the one that we all know. I think that speaks volumes for how your play has transformed this season.
I mean, thanks. Look, it's funny. I always say before I play that I just don't want to get knocked out, and the only times I've ever been knocked out is so maybe the third time's a charm. I don't know. In terms of like the Juno question, if I had gone to multiple choice, I would have said Jennifer Garner, and it would have been, you know what I mean? Like I just learned the fact wrong or didn't remember, and it's fine. Honestly, we say it all the time, but you either know it or you don't. I'm not ashamed of the match I played, and so there you go.
Who do you think he has a better chance against, though? Can I ask you that?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that
everyone's eyebrows did this collectively.
Well, the thing that I love about Dan is that Dan is cool as a cucumber, and so is Ethan. They both are chill AF, and so I actually think that could be a really fun live match because you're not going to get anything.
It's going to be Battle of the Poker Faces.
That's right. And if one of them did start to show a little bit of emotion, that would be like, ooh. So that's kind of the matchup that I would like to see.
Absolutely.
Dan play every match as Alan Rickman.
That for me, like, listen, I know Dan Merle is great at movie trivia, but his best moment in the entire Schmoedown was answering Alan Rickman as Alan Rickman. May you rest in peace.
Oh man, I just have to say though, Clark, with the season closing today, it's been an honor watching you become the player that you become this season. I've always had a lot of respect for you. I think I can speak for a lot of us when I say that, but watching how your mental game and like your preparedness has changed, I think I can say that you have elevated yourself in this league to, I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you.
I really am.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
your mic.
No, it's okay.
I took it away. Sorry. It's old habits die hard.
You guys have more interesting things to say anyway. Give me both of the mics. I really appreciate that, and the thing that I hope that the people watching understand is that I'm more interested in playing the game, and winning is great. Winning is like best case scenario, but sometimes sometimes you don't play great, sometimes you do. I did the best I could in this match, and that's just sort of like, it is what it is. There's nothing I would have or could have done differently.
Yeah. I was just going to say, there is a difference in playing and losing when you lose because you knew it but you couldn't get there.
Yeah.
And you beat yourself up and then you miss the next question and then you're in your head. That never happened. You are, talk about cool as a cucumber or cool as fuck. Like, you are a player. Absolutely. You know, and this was just a case where a handful of questions lined up that you didn't know. Happens to everybody. Everybody. It's happened to Dan. Yes. So, like, you know.
To be every game.
Yeah. Hold your head high. We're very proud of you.
Thank
Club,
you.
and you know, you'll be back.
Thank you. Yes, 2 F-bombs from Rachel today.
I know.
And
I'm on a roll.
Like I said, it's been an absolute treat. And I think that 2019 is going to be the year that the only person that can beat Clark Wolf is Clark Wolf. Hey, that's sweet. Thanks, Jen.
Look, Dan Murrell saying that of course he wants to play his buddy John Roca there, and for part 3 of their trilogy if it was going to go down. But he also wouldn't mind seeing Ethan Irwin, because Ethan Irwin, TKO'd Dan in the singles tournament. So what a way for revenge to take the title off of Ethan in New York. So you're going to have Dan Murrell versus either John Roca or Ethan Irwin. So once again, Schmoedownlive.com. Get those tickets now, because I can't imagine they're going to be available for much longer after that. Dan Murrell is going to be playing either Ethan or John Roca, but Clark Wolf, again, what a run this season. She walks away today. She doesn't come off going to New York or playing in the singles championship. She walks away the team champion still. Hell of a match today, and she had a hell of a season.
One of the great competitors we have ever had in the singles, maybe the best team we've ever seen in the history of the movie Trivia Schmoedown, dating back to 1947. And Christian, it's just been an honor to see her and Dan Murrell compete head to head, and that is the way that we close out video number 2. But don't go anywhere just yet. Stick around the parts of YouTube, because vid 3, it's right around the corner, and that will contain the Inner Geekdom Championship and the 5-round championship for the singles title to determine who Dan Murrell will be facing once he goes to New York City. Will it be John Roca? Will it be Ethan Irwin? I guess we're going to find out today.
We're going to find out pretty soon. So guys, thank you very much. Once again, sign up to Patreon today. It's patreon.com/Schmoedown. Check out the Schmoedown rundown. Do all that, but the most important thing, you got to go watch the Inner Geekdom Championship. You got to go watch the singles championship. So get your pizzas done. Go to take your bathroom break and go check it out. Do it now. We'll catch you next.
Go to the bathroom.
Make sure there's nothing else. Well, another 2 great matches. Clark, sorry that you lost, but put up a heck of a fight. Dan was just a little bit better. And Damon, he defended the belt, defeated Ken Knapsack, and issued a challenge to Sam Witwer. Let's hope and pray that match can happen at Star Wars Celebration. That would be fantastic. But part 2, I'm done on part 2 for Spectacular 3. Gonna upload this reaction, then it's on the part 3. So far, I'm very happy. All great matches. If you like my reactions, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, Chris Woodburn83. Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. And if you do Schmoedown reactions, trailer reactions, then come join the MTS Fan Reaction League on Facebook. It's a lot of fun. So until my next vid, this is your boy C-Dub. Peace.